This is Personal Injury Court.
Good day, everyone. This is the matter of Davidson versus Campbell. From the materials that you all have submitted to this court, it's my understanding, Ms. Davidson, that you are suing Ms. Campbell for injuries that you sustained while cleaning her house. You're asking this court to award you $15,000 for your medical expenses and $65,000 for emotional distress for a total award that you seek of $80,000. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Campbell, your position on this is she's supposed to clean and her injuries are her fault.
Yes, Your Honor.
So let's get into the legal sauce. Ms. Davidson, how did you come to clean Ms. Campbell's house?
Well, I was previously working for another family, the Cushers, and they recommended me to the Campbell family. So I've been working for the Campbell family for about 3 years.
So you're pretty much a regular at their house.
I am, Your Honor. I do the bathrooms, I change the sheets, I start the laundry. Unfortunately, I also look after the children sometimes. I mop the floors. I do everything, everything a housekeeper should do.
So, Ms. Campbell, this is a full service that Ms. Davidson is offering you, right?
It is, Your Honor.
And she did a good job up until this day, right?
She does a good job, yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Davidson, you're cleaning the house. What happened?
Well, on this particular day, Miss Vivian had asked me to change the contact paper in the kitchen. I decided to go all the way up to the top. I'm doing a great job. I skip lunch.
You're trying to be thorough.
I am thorough because I am very good at what I do. So I continue working and I get to a high shelf and I see that there are some cookies.
She said she couldn't go on the high shelf.
She has always told me, mi casa, su casa.
You thought you had the run of the house while you cleaned.
Of course,
okay.
Absolutely. So because I had worked through lunch, I got a cookie and I ate one cookie.
You were hungry.
I was starving.
Okay.
It tasted a little bit strange.
Now, in the past,
yes,
have you gone into the fridge and gotten a little something to eat while you clean, that kind of stuff?
Of course.
And was that okay?
Absolutely.
You welcome that kind of thing?
The fridge is fine, Your Honor. Becoming a cabinet climber, I didn't expect.
These cookies, was it in a cookie jar, a plate? What was it up there on the shelf?
Yes, Your Honor. It was in a glass jar.
I see you've brought a jar of cookies.
Yes, sir.
That's not the jar of cookies, right?
It is not, Your Honor.
Okay, but it was like that.
I'm a law-abiding citizen.
So you eat the cookie?
I eat a total of 3.
Okay.
And
you were really hungry then.
I was
okay.
very hungry. And so I start feeling a little funny. A little lightheaded, but I didn't know if it was because I hadn't had lunch, right?
Okay.
So I kind of hold on to the shelf that I was working on, and the next thing I know, I'm nauseous, I'm sweating, I'm dizzy, and I fall off the stool.
The stool she said she couldn't go on.
Excruciating pain. I have never said that.
So you fall off the stool onto the floor?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. And so I actually have to crawl on my hands and knees to get to my phone to call my son, who is luckily at home.
Were you hurt?
I was in excruciating pain. I was also very nauseous, again, like I said, and I ended up throwing up.
And you didn't know what was going on?
I didn't know if I was having a stroke.
Call 911.
I had no idea what was going on.
Now you've got someone cleaning your house.
Yes,
they
sir.
Fall off a stool.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hurt themselves. That's got to be of some concern to you. Right?
Your Honor, here.
Yes or no? It's some concern, right?
Concerned.
Why is it so hard?
It's hard, Your Honor, because for the 3 years that she's worked with my husband and I,
yes, ma'am,
she was very clear from the beginning she could not clean anything up high.
Okay.
She was afraid to go up on ladders.
She told you she was afraid of heights?
3 years ago.
And so why would you have her clean above just floor level then?
This is how it happened, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me.
All that she was supposed to do, there were drawers. The contact paper needed to be changed in those, and on the first 2 levels of shelves, okay? No one sees those shelves up high. Why would I care if they have contact paper up there?
I was doing a good job. I was going above and beyond. I was trying to make you happy.
Ms. Davidson,
on high before.
Ms. Davidson, you actually submitted a photograph of the shelves in the kitchen, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I see you've got your scooter. Is it okay for you to come over here and show me what we're looking at?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, could you do that for me? And Sheriff Matt, help her as much as you can.
It just might take me a
Take
little
your
bit.
time.
Thank you.
Take your time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. I'm going to have to back in.
So, Ms. Davidson, tell us what we're looking at here.
So this is the kitchen where I have cleaned for the past 3 years.
And Ms. Campbell, that's your kitchen.
It is my kitchen.
Those are your shelves.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Davidson, tell us what this photograph does.
And I'd also like to just point out that these are open shelves. So these are not closed cabinets. So everything visually you can see clearly.
Ms. Davidson, where did you find these cookies?
Right up here on the very top right-hand corner.
So on that top right-hand corner where the circle is, that's where you found these cookies?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you thought they were just ordinary cookies?
Absolutely.
That I
Yes, Your
keep
Honor.
on the very top.
And so how soon after you ate these cookies did you find yourself feeling faint and eventually fall?
I came down and went
All
up.
back up.
And down and went up. And then I had the third cookie. And about 15 minutes had passed. And that's when I knew something was very, very wrong. And I wasn't sure what it was. I wasn't sure if it was because I hadn't eaten or if perhaps I was having a stroke or some medical condition. But I didn't have time to really come down and react. I held on to the shelf and I fell.
So you fell off the stool
Yes, Your Honor.
onto the floor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's how you hurt your ankle?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may go back to your podium. Take your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
may I approach the screen?
Please,
Thank
please.
you.
Tell us about your house and your shelves.
As you can see, these are drawers, and then there are the open shelves. This row, right here. All she was supposed to do.
But she was trying to do a good job for you, right?
Yes, Your Honor, she apparently was. However, if she was that hungry, why did she keep going up for a cookie? Why didn't she eat her lunch?
Your Honor, because I was trying to finish, and so I thought if I had just a small snack, I could just keep going and finish the job.
So, Ms.
And it-
Campbell, you
Bam.
understand that, right? You understand she's trying to move this along, get your job done?
It just seems very odd to me, Your Honor, that she's never gone on a ladder, and all of a sudden this day,
You've
she
never
wants
asked me to go on a
My turn.
ladder.
She wants to do such a good job. She's way up here.
Now, listen,
in a
I must
cookie
say,
jar.
cookies and chips are my weakness. The reason I asked about the cookies and leaving them up there, not the cookies, the ones you ate,
Yes, Your
but
Honor.
the cookies, I would have eaten this whole jar.
But, Your Honor, would you climb, if you were afraid of heights, would
And
you
Matt,
climb
I know
up
you would have
there?
eaten 2 of these jars.
Yes, sir.
I put them where no one could reach them.
Now, how is she supposed to know that they're not just cookies?
Your Honor.
There was no label. There was no label
There
on
wasn't
there.
a label
What
on
do
it.
you think
Skull
the
and
label's gonna
crossbones.
say?
There was nothing on there that said
Hello?
that I couldn't have the cookie.
Ladies, talk to me. Talk to
I'm
me.
sorry, Your
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. So how's she supposed to know, Ms. Campbell,
She
that
didn't need
these
to
cookies
know
have
this
things
thing.
in them?
There's other food down there. See, look at the other cookies over there. She could have eaten those cookies.
But did you ever say to her, similar to Simba saying, don't go into the dark country, did you ever say to her, don't go to those cookies?
I never actually said to her, because she's afraid of ladders, don't go up
I
the
don't know
ladder.
why you keep
and eat
saying
the
that.
top-
That's not true.
Because that's what you said.
So, Ms. Davidson, after you hit the floor, what happened?
So when I hit the floor, and I called my son, and luckily for us, he was home.
Oh, come on.
because
If it were that serious, you would have called 911.
He was able to come right away, and he took me to the emergency room.
And this is your son you brought to court today?
Yes, it is.
Sir, would you stand, please, and come to the podium?
Yes, Your Honor.
For the record, tell me your name.
My name is Brian Davidson.
So, Mr. Davidson, what do you remember about this?
Well, my mom called me in the middle of the day. Immediately, as soon as I answered the phone, I knew something was wrong. She did not sound like herself.
Did you think your mom was high?
At the start, I did not. The only thing I could tell on the phone was that she was just having a hard time pronouncing her words. Like she might have been out of breath or something.
Did you know whether she was injured or not?
Towards the end of the call, she told me that she had fallen and she'd hurt her ankle and that I needed to come over and help. And then once I got there, I walked inside and I found her on the floor in the kitchen.
Was she distraught?
She was. She was crying. She was in pain. She was slow moving.
That had
Which
to
is
be
why
hard
she
to
should've
see your
called
mom like
911.
that.
Yeah, it was very hard. As soon as I walked in, I almost started crying right then and there.
At this point, your mom didn't really have any idea as to why she had fallen, right?
No, she really had no idea what was going on.
So did you
all
go to the
she knew-
hospital with her?
I did. I picked her up, I put her in the car, and I drove her to the hospital.
Did she look like she was high?
Her eyes were glossy. So at that point, I didn't know for sure.
Did she make you do a munchie stop off so she could deal with it?
No, Your Honor, no. But I was pretty sure she was high at the moment.
And what happened at the hospital?
They did tests, they did x-rays, they did some blood work. I actually do have some evidence here with the test results right
Sheriff Matt, if you'll get this from Mr. Davidson. Thank you, sir. Okay, what I see here is a toxicology report.
Yes.
This reads positive for THC, which is the psychedelic agent in marijuana. This is what you got from the hospital.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, when you're making cookies at the Campbell home, do y'all usually put weed in them?
Sometimes we do. We have,
So it's a party house.
We have, I wouldn't say it's a big party house, but we do have baking parties
Okay,
that
small
she's
party
aware
house.
of.
What?
So, Ms. Davidson, a little sensitive, but do you use marijuana?
Absolutely not. I never.
Did that day.
I don't.
Ms. Campbell, is this funny to you?
Your Honor, it's just funny.
This could have
because
been a very bad situation.
It could have been.
Right?
If she's saying that it
And
was,
it's your weed cookies, right?
yes, they were.
Well, at least don't laugh about it.
I'm not
'cause
really
this is a
laughing
serious
at
matter.
the injury. I'm laughing at how she blows it out of proportion when she shouldn't have been on the ladder.
Now, Ms. Campbell, you see that this is a really out of the ordinary, bizarre experience for Ms. Davidson and for her son, actually.
I do, Your Honor. I see that. But it was equally as bizarre for me.
Well, you weren't high that day, though.
No.
Not that day.
See, so she knew. She acts like, I didn't know about what was going on. She most certainly knew.
Well, wait a minute. Ms. Davidson, did you know that there was marijuana in this home?
Heavens no, but after this, like.
Not at all?
Oh.
Not at all.
Oh, that is
If I
untrue,
had
Your
known,
Honor.
I would have been out of there in a hot minute.
Ms. Campbell, you say that she should have known that there was marijuana in the home.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why do you say that?
Because the bong on the table in the den, she picks it up, she dusts under it.
What did you think that was?
Well, it looked like a vase.
No
it had
one's that
water in
naive.
it.
Okay, there weren't any flowers in the bong, right?
Exactly, and the water was dirty.
So if she doesn't know what a bong is, how's she to know there's marijuana in the house?
Because when my girlfriends come over and we do our baking, we have the cookbook out.
And what's it say?
Baking with pot.
Okay. Now, Ms. Davidson, baking with pot seems kind of obvious. Why wouldn't that clue you in?
Your Honor, there are new pots on the market that you bake in.
She has seen.
That's what I thought. I am not used to this
that is
type
So
of
you
crazy
thought it
thing I've
was
ever heard.
baking with pots, as in what
As
you
in a
put,
pot,
what Matt
yes.
likes beans and wieners,
You
what
don't
you cook
bake
beans
with
and
pots
wieners in?
anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, I can't believe that I've been poisoned. I've never done drugs ever.
Are you a little embarrassed?
I'm completely and utterly embarrassed. I can't imagine like telling my friends
Well, don't tell
that I've
them.
ingested illegal drugs from my employer. And not only that, like my injury, I am now out of a job. But my injury is
You're going through a
secondary
lot.
to what I'm feeling. Like I can't believe this. And my son had to come, and now he knows that his mother did drugs.
should
So,
Well, not
so
the
it sounds like it's, I mean, you suffered an injury. Obviously, you have a scooter here, but
Yes.
this is more about how this has banged up your how you feel about this.
Absolutely, Your Honor. I can't even express to you enough like what this has done to me.
But this is not about the torn ligaments in your ankle or your broken toe. It's about the emotional injury, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ladies, I think I've heard everything I need to hear. I'm ready to render my decision. Miss Davidson, you were just cleaning the house. You thought you were climbing up to put contact paper on the high shelf. You had no idea that you would be high and you're gonna fall.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Miss Campbell, you thought that she would stay in her lane and stay away from the weed cookies.
And
True?
not go high.
That's why
To
you
get
put them up high, right?
Right.
Well, when I analyzed the three legs of the personal injury case, wrong cause injury, there's obviously an injury. It obviously was caused by this fall and by the weed, but the wrong is shared. That is, you should have labeled or put those cookies away. They're not ordinary cookies. You, on the other hand, you saw them on an open shelf. You saw those cookies were up there and your lunch was in the refrigerator. You could have as easily and as quickly eaten your lunch rather than these cookies. So you bear some fault for your injuries, but not all of the fault. 51% of this, Ms. Campbell, is yours. 49% of this is yours, Ms. Davidson. That's why this court is not going to award you $80,000, because you have fault in your injuries. This court is going to award you $40,800, which is 51% of what you asked for. So I find in your favor and against Ms. Campbell. That is my verdict, and this matter is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our attorneys across America just viewed this case for the first time. Let's hear what Leonard Lundy has to say.
This case really illustrates an important point about storing drugs of all types and source. Put them safely and securely away. Help prevent children or someone like the plaintiff from accidentally ingesting them. And please, keep the phone number for a poison control center handy in case of an emergency.